So, like you said, a conglomerate company that is the umbrella of several other companies. And the reason why it's the umbrella is because Witness Legend really stands for Witness the Legend of the Mississippi, and really the world, but basically Mississippi, because we're from Mississippi. But what we want to do is basically bring a spotlight to the talents and the gifts that Mississippi has, specifically in the Mississippi Delta, because that's where we were born and raised. We have so much talent here, from actors to cooks to singers to rappers. I mean, just you name it. I can point to someone in the Mississippi Delta that can do it. The great Either Book Productions, videography. I mean, come on, like, it's so much talent here in Mississippi that a lot of times goes overlooked, even by the Delta or Mississippi themselves. So Witness Legend originally was intended to just bring a spotlight and a networking idea to basically all of the ideas and the gifts and talents of the Mississippi community, especially the Mississippi Delta. So the reason being is because we believe in the power of networking. We believe that, you know, when you bring a conglomerate of businesses together, talents together, you can do big things. Like, we are limited to our talents. You know, we're writers, we're entertainers, you know, we have a lot of gifts and talents just between us, but we can't necessarily cook enough to own our own restaurant in that aspect. I'm pretty sure we put our mind to it, we could, but we're not already doing it. But we know people that, you know, do. We know people that have basically brands that a lot of times go unrecognized. So what our goal is to do is to be able to link with individual companies in Mississippi, through Mississippi, to say, okay, well, I need a videographer, you know, and then I start offering services through my company, you know, so that both of us can basically eat. You know, there's somebody over here. Who else have we networked with? Producer. So we have like another producer that we work with. We don't necessarily engineer beats, but he does. So hey, if you're an entertainer, you're in the music industry, we've got somebody over here that, you know, can do beats. It's kind of like that Walmart thing, you know, that Walmart idea. You may go in for milk, but you're gonna come out with you know, stuff for the house, you know, bathroom.
Also, it's like once upon a time we was dependent on the mom and pop stores, if we know history.
Yeah.
And, due to the fact that the Walmarts and Amazons exist, then, you know, I feel like, you know, to try to reestablish another corner store is belittling or really not thinking far enough. So I see a lot of great things, and we see a lot of great things, and instead of just, you know, offering everybody a chance to stand on their own or whatever, you know, we was trying to, and we are creating aspects and ways that we can, you know, stockpile our resources and assets and whatever it may be, outsource each other.
Right.
So, you know, all the moms and pops, instead of just trying to focus on just dominating in your own corner store, then, you know, we can have a Walmart or something, sort of ourselves. So it's definitely the Walmart thought. And definitely, like, it started like with it's e-commerce. I know one aspect of it. You know, we could do e-commerce things like that. But you know, I started doing music and when I was like 13. So I feel like the entrepreneur spirit for me kicked in back then, because, you know, being from here and seeing like a lot of great people do great things and not actually make it, or, you know, because what you would deem make it or be professional what they do, you know, it will limit your beliefs. It's like, okay, man, you know, that person greater. I done seen great things, but, you know, nobody's, you know, crossed over to that, to
reached a certain.
Yeah. So, you know, I just think it's a collaborative way to kind of rewrite the history that we kind of know, because if we don't, we're gonna feel like we have a ceiling at this point. Right. So, you know, we feel like we're powerful as standalones, but, you know,
together we can be so much greater. So that's why the name is Witness Legend. You know, we're intent on making legendary.
It's personal too, because you know, Mississippi is great, the Delta is great. We have great people. I just think our media isn't as large as an in-house, so you don't know how great it is. Like, so you might hear, oh yeah, they that person good, or they might hear certain things. So it's like, okay, let's give them a chance to witness how legendary something like this could be. And I can take that as personally, because I knew people that knew me, but they maybe didn't know that, oh, he really like, you know, he don't just do music, like they're really like good at what they do. Oh, she write books. She's just, okay, she's really like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know I didn't know they got films or whatever it may be. So not only just as a Mississippi thing, personally, as a personal, you know, like chip on your shoulders, like, okay, you get a chance to hear about it. You may thought about it, but hey, here's a chance to bear witness to what you may thought you knew, but it maybe was more, you know what I'm saying, it was more to it. So I definitely feel like it's that chip on your shoulder mentality too, like, hey, you know, let's show them that we can put it down too. You know, we don't have to go to LA or Atlanta or Memphis to catch a vibe, because if you look on TV, them the only places you're gonna kind of get from TV to catch a vibe. So it starts here, but of course it ain't just it's not just here, because as of now we're stationed in Texas, so the expansion is already started. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, this is where we were born and raised. A lot of our thoughts and, you know, things that we know come from here. So, you know, we take that with us, but that's really just it. After that, is, you know, is bigger than that.
And I'll add to that, it's also about one of the things that I know in the beginning, my husband talked about a lot, was bringing an awareness to our own culture. You know, we are so quick to go and represent everybody else's culture when we really could support and create our own culture. Like Mississippi is legendary in itself, you know, but you
gotta be out of yourself to see yourself. And I feel like me traveling to other states, I was allowed to look at Mississippi because I wasn't in Mississippi. So I'm in LA, and then I'm in Atlanta, and I'm in all these places, and they're like, what do y'all do down there? And it thinks to me like they really don't know. It's like they can't cut on the TV and you see Compton on TV. You know, you're not gonna see, you know, we can see that Crenshaw. We can see their atmosphere. You know, something in New York. I know Bankhead. I've never been to Atlanta before. You know, I mean, just giving examples of, you know, certain things we know. I know 8 Mile. I don't know nothing about Detroit like that. You know, I mean, it's certain people, and I'm not just representing music as an example, but that was just a small figment that hit me like, hey, okay, well, everybody has something that resonates with their state. We have prejudice, segregation, slavery, because I do see Greenville on TV, actually a lot. And my hometown is Greenville, Mississippi, you don't know. But it's always like Django. You know, Django's one of everybody's favorite. But in the biggest place of everything that went down was like Greenville. You know what I'm saying? Like where the trades were going, where they traded slaves at in life. They plot a way to go to Greenville. You know what I'm saying? He actually had to go drop out somebody in Greenville, and when you seen the atmosphere, but it's always something like that. It's never, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we got lynched once upon a time. Hey, you know, we was getting chased by dogs once upon a time. Okay, you know, what's next?
Where are we now?
We're like,
you know,
almost 100 years removed. So it's like, okay, we have no personal identity. Because, you know, they say we fry Kool-Aid and we sit on the porch all the time. And if you country talking, they think you're slow and actuality of hearing, psyche. When actually you just curve your words so you don't finish your sentence sometimes, or enunciate. But, you know, they'll take that literal, like, this person must not be as sharp as me. But actually they might not be as sharp as you, because you had to go so hard to even get something, because they resources in them. And hey, you can go get on TV over here. You can go meet Jay-Z. You can go bump into this super producer or something. Here you have to go travel there or never get it at all. So you have to work hard to be a super producer, because your skills have to be just as, and I feel like it's a mentality that you feel like you have to be we be over talented. We're not allowed to go to other places. Like they're not even over talented as we are, but they are over dedicated. You know what I'm saying? I think they have a different resilience, but they go back to the witness legend part. If I've never witnessed anything, what do I have to believe in? But if I come from a place where LeBron come from, I've seen greatness. I've seen something big. So hey, I may want to be something big. So I think we don't take that as serious as we should. Hey, you know, we have to start putting our people up on the pillar, because what we'll do is, oh, they're doing great, but wait till I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? They're doing great, but wait till I share my thing. So you're like, instead of trying to take spotlight from somebody, when you're knowing that person's story need to be told, because part of our whole story is wrapped up in their story. They don't know the whole city story. See, I had to get out of Kyle's circle. I'm gonna bring this up. I might see it, I might show it, because, you know, that's where I come from. But when I'm in LA, they don't even know Greenville. How am I push Kyle's circle? I mean, you know, it's easy to do that in the city when you all around, you see all these people, you know what I'm saying? But that's here. I mean, you're in here, so you don't see the outer side. Why are you telling them only your story and that may be good, you know, but they don't even know the city story. They don't know the Delta story, and I got a song called For the City that's about to come out. And I feel like I kind of touched the topic of once upon a time, the Delta was the music mecca.
Yeah.
If you want to know history, like the greatest guitar player ever, Clarksdale, you know, the deal that was supposed to be made. Hence, I'm not going to talk about it right here, especially. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Mississippi has a lot of heritage in the music scene.
Yeah.
And I feel like us not be representing, that's just a small part. We're not even represented in that. What a street was named Nelson Street was like a music mecca, like you would think of Atlanta, whatever their top street is. But guess what now? It's the total opposite. So, you know, just a culture shift and the witness part, like, hey, it's kind of bigger than just me. If we don't do a conglomerate, we might fail with telling a story because you trying to run your hood, your neighborhood to the top. Bro, there's 100 of y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's 50, you know what I'm saying? It's 200, give or take. You know what I'm saying? But you trying to compare it to a Bankhead or Marcy, where Jay-Z from, and there's 100 people on the floor. And it's 12 floors, it's 14 floors, and there's like 3, 4, 5, 8 buildings like that.
Yeah.
You can't rep your hood and have the same.
Yeah. So the conglomerate is definitely necessary.
It's necessary because the organizational mind frame, I think, need to be pushed over gang mentality. Like, you know, gang kind of got us far, okay, but, you know, reorganizing and refocusing the overall agenda, the picture of what we're trying to project. Because, I mean, I feel like the story is way bigger than just, hey, I'm from Carver Circle. But at the same time, they need all these stories to understand that, hey, this is what they do down there. Hey, they do this. So I think we're playing a very detrimental part in telling the story of a city. And I feel like what I'm feeling now is like stepping out of, and I'm gonna play this out there because a lot of people that say, I don't put my ideas out there, somebody steal it. But I'm always confident in how I approach things, that it's gonna always be me. You can't take what I do. But I feel like it's a time now, because like when I'm in North Carolina, I did research on New York. So before we got to pay for a movie, the neighborhood or the environment had already put out a documentary on that story. Mm-hmm. So the documentary blew up, the story itself blew up, the movie picked it up. Yeah. So I feel like, now we kind of may need to start to, who are our people? They need stories. Yeah. Whoever are locally or whatever makes our thing tick or has made it tick, okay, let's start telling the story, build a documentary, because if not, they'll never know, because that documentary make it turn to a movie or something, because we need these visual projections of what we really doing, because if not, we're just going to be thought as slow for people.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We don't have the correct representation for Mississippi, you know, mainstream anymore. We really don't, you know.
If ever. I mean, if ever.
Yeah, so that's a huge part of who we are and why, you know, we're intent. We're always looking for businesses to network with, to see how they can fit in what we're building, because we just believe everybody can eat. You know, speaking of paying the fool, you know, everybody can eat me.
But speaking of paying the fool, it also shows you that mentality is cool, but us to each other, we don't really kind of get that. Hey man, I kind of want to do this my way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I feel like that's a good story, one of the best storylines to show, hey man, that man really, well, why he didn't just take that money? But you can't just say, I want to. So that's something you can't change the person by putting them in a position. That's what he did. Hey man, I'm gonna put you in the position, ain't gonna change your life. No. If to this change, and that mentality change, so these little small seeds have to be planted, because if not, you're gonna see a bunch of me, I, and that's why I had to step away from the rap scene. And I think I can say that out publicly, because it's obviously that I'm not as in tune. But I think that is kind of like nerve-wracking at this point. Like, everybody is so me, I, that you mentioned out on the fact that, hey man, what about the bigger story? What about the you know what I'm saying? Because you got people following you. And what I learned about coming from here, the next generation going to do the exact same thing.
They are.
You know, they're going to see you do it, and they're going to think that was the ceiling that we should be shooting for. So
they're going to repeat it. I think that would be a nice introduction, since you brought up like the rap scene, and just go into depth as who we are as artists, and what we do music wise before we actually get into the books.
Okay, yeah. Just really wanna be more than just a cool moment, because I think what I'm saying even now, the story is missing. And I think I wanna, in my mind I suppose so, but I think I'm good at making a catchy song. You know, that's cool. You know, you wanna, but projecting the story. So what we got going on now is more of not always just messages, but we want to paint pictures.
Right.
Music's gonna take you places. Love, guidance, messages. So we got a lot of more music coming, and we're more in tune to our direct audience. So I'm not here trying to fish and recruit nobody. You know, I'm not trying to oversell myself. That's my piece with it now. You know, I think music will feel like, or anything entertaining, if you're not watching it, it'll make you feel like you gotta rub your belly and pat your head. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they want you to do. And for me, I think that's where the moment I had to step back, because like I'm from a small area, so I can't pull a Kawhi or a J. Cole. My market is so big, or my team is so big, I ain't got to worry about social media, because his talent speaks. You think of him, you think of talent. You know, you think of Jay. Jay not beating up social media. Kawhi Leonard not beating up social media, but you know he's great.
Right.
So I'm trying to find that thin line. Like, I'm not gonna be out here like you guys. I don't need every headline. I'm the tabloid king. You know, that's why I feel like at the same time though, I think if my music, if I chose to beef with the cat from the other side of town that may want some more attention, you know, that's easy. You know, I read, I know tactics. You know what I'm saying? But as a peaceful approach for me now at this age, I'll be 31 this year. It's just about having fun. If it ain't fun, if it ain't moving, if it ain't the story, if it ain't something empowering, there's no need to do it. So that's me and anything around me. And I can speak for her, because she ain't gonna do nothing that's not, you know, that's not deemed righteous. Right. And that's peace. So, you know, more music coming. I got a single 9 thing we talked about. I'm gonna probably drop it just soon and start working on I got a mixtape just about to come out. 90 Baby. I think we got the time set for May. I don't want to put a date out because I don't remember exactly and tell you no story, but I think we got the projection for May. A nice tape just to, well, I could talk about it, but you heard it. So how would you describe it?
It's a vibe. It's a vibe in itself. As a kid growing up in the 90s, it's definitely a vibe. It takes you back. And so we've been actually getting a lot of feedback from it, from, you know, people listening. It's a mix in between 90s. You know, you see those memes that say, you know, if it ain't 90s love or you know, the R&B ain't like the 90s, like I don't want it. So the music, this music right here, this mixtape 90 Baby, it just takes you back to that whole vibe, like really where life was. And not even to say that it just doesn't highlight a lot of negativity. It's positive, it's fun, it takes you back like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, you know. Dang, you know, yeah, they need to bring that back. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole vibe within itself. And then also what I love about it, because when we met, he wasn't doing music like this. So it still was good music, but the love songs that are on there, they're definitely like real love. You know what I'm saying? It's not like shake your booty, you know, flip over type, you know, it's not graphic. It's love, you know, it's pure love. And so it's something my kids can listen to and they understand.
Universal.
Yeah, it's very universal.
That was my goal this time around. It's like, you know, I feel like when I first came back, like the Carver Circle thing, I feel like it was a stick when they say you was from Carver Circle. Like I felt like it was like, oh, like I'm a bad guy because I'm from over there, or so I felt like the need to kind of write that story a little better. So, you know, I wanted to wear it on my sleeve. So I just feel a little bit more free this time around, to have fun. It ain't about nothing. It ain't political. It ain't social. It ain't competitive. I ain't trying to reach no big crazy goal. I just want to spread good vibes, good music. And two, I think when the witness legend side would say that I think I'm highly talented as far as creating music. Forget rapping. I mean, anybody can rap. I think rapping is anybody can do it. But I think composing music, I just wanted to kind of separate myself this time around as a songwriter. Like I'm actually responsible for, if not 90% of the tape, probably more than that, or you know what I'm saying, give or take. So just being able to show my creative side more, I think I'm more anxious to see that. Right. And I could say I've cheated myself on the screen. I always wanted the right moment. I felt like I didn't want to go too hard on my talent for a rap goal because I'm here, you know. Yet again, thinking about my surroundings when I'm doing something, I should be thinking way beyond. I'm like, man, I'm gonna put out my best work now around here. So I kind of skipped that now because I kind of realized, oh, they really don't know. So I feel like, you know, the innocuous, staying small and being small, I think that worked out for me. Being an underdog, I think that all worked out for me. Because when I got my next, everything that's coming now is gonna be like, oh, for real, oh, and you know, I'm more happy about my support system this time around.
Right.
You know, my peace of mind, my state of life. So, you know, the music is just a reflection of that. So,
and I think what it does for us as a business is it puts us in the position to seek the underdogs. You know, we're not looking for the most popular, you know, people. We're looking for just talent, you know, raw talent. And that's why we have a music department. You know, the kids do music, I do music, he does music. But we also invite in those that like music, really want to go somewhere with music. Like I said, we publish, we engineer, like we got producer, like we got all that, because we're looking for those that may see themselves as the underdog or may see themselves as overlooked, you know.
Or just coming from somewhere like we come from, and just I already feel like the ceiling is reached. You know, and I always feel like, man, in an age like this, man, you always can find success, or it's no limit, bro, with all the tools we have, unless you just really said, okay, it's just over. And I feel like too, my piece is, I've been trying to network with artists and build. I did organic things, showing love, and I never felt like it was really gravitated. Like I feel like I was really like I needed them or I wanted them. It's like I was genuinely down. So what gave me peace was I got kids, so I'm gonna hit the whole game with a Master P. I can just focus on my kids, bro. Oh, y'all good now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For real. Like I don't have to have another artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm another artist myself, and all the game we learning. The game they learning, and you know, they're getting to be, what I like about seeing them do the music is they're more executives. Like me, if I had the executive mind they're gonna have at 15, I probably wouldn't be here right now. It really ain't no problem. The talent was never the question, you know what I'm saying? But the art, the skills and the mindset to have, you know what I'm saying? The surroundings, all that matters. So to see them about to blossom, they got a single about to come out, produced by BJ. Torch on the beat, matter of fact. I mean, y'all might not know him like that. So we got Torch on that beat. I got them about to drop. Secret weapon over here. Whenever she can stop being the executive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna release some music, so. Yeah, she got music that's gonna come.
But we have because I write, but I'm gonna release my own music soon. But I do have a single that's out that was written by me. You Amaze Me by Ariana. So I'm excited to just embrace that part, because it's just, and I think that's what really makes our business so passionate for us, because I didn't believe in myself for so long when it came to my writing and my music. So, you know, our business, I can say, is really not for everybody. It's for people that resonate to our story. And that's why, like you said, the story is so important. So I'm about to be 36 and really launching into music, but I've been writing music since like I was 9. So
let go this way though. Like I don't like to just take a lot of credit. Like it go both ways. So the way she is about her music is the same way I am about writing now in the retrospective, or creating books, because I have a journal about to come out, or a prayer journal about to come out.
Prayer journal.
And that's different because I've been writing all my life. I've been writing. When I was in high school, they would use my essay to other classes as an example of how to write their essays. I wrote an essay for people to get scholarships off of. I wrote essays and won contests for speaking, for poetry. I done did all type of things as far as speaking goals and writing goals. So to be with her now and be able to not just do my rapping thing, or you know, not just label, like just because rapping is still writing. Right. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, you know, she's a writer. She write book. She crossed over to music because she writes. I'm about to cross over. I mean, it's just we're able to be a bridge. Be a bridge for each other, because you know, she's dropping books. My kids got books. I'm dropping music. Kids got music. I mean, you can only sit around so long and be like, you know, that don't look hard. I mean, just something about that just don't look as hard as I thought it would. Right. So I think that's a different duality that some may not be able to experience. Right. Just being able to be diverse.
Yeah, and it's once again just because of the passion that we have for what we do personally. That's basically where CCP was born. CCP is our publishing company. It's Zoe Life Coaching, Consulting, and Publishing. And so that basically exists to birth, you know, dreams. We've coined the term literary midwife. We basically are here to birth your dreams. And really, it's not just even, you know, birthing out books. It's birthing out whatever talents you have. I'm a life coach. He's slick life coaches. He just won't.
I ain't never charged nobody, man.
He won't put that title on him, but he life coaches as well. And it's, you know, it's what we do. just effortlessly. We love, you know, embracing and networking with, you know, writers and artists and entrepreneurs and everything.
Right. So, I mean, the book publishing, I think that's something that's very dope in this time because, you know, books, they hide a lot from us in e-books.
Right.
And, you know, especially in an area like this. And you would think that it wasn't something that would be very big, but there was such a void here that I never thought like it would take off like it did. Not saying like that because, you know, it was a part of our season where, hey, you know, we doing this, it's helping right now. Because, you know, we got other things going on, so we're seeing them other things. But you look up and be like, oh, that ended up being, if not the strongest tier, one of the, you know, strongest tiers we have. So I just think that was,
it definitely was
elevation. Much needed for the culture, though, because, you know, we got to get into that, man. We got to get more into educating ourselves, and we writing, and we got people that's specialists in their things, and they need to be putting that knowledge out. What better way?